On the agenda and the resolutions, there was three of them that actually went to collective bargaining. They obviously settled with collective bargaining units, the PBA, two PBA units, and the nurses units. And I just happened to go up there and I asked them, after the negotiations, I said, do they have the same lifetime health benefit structure as what was similar to the exclusionaries of 2.5 years ago? And if you remember, the exclusionaries, and everybody was up in arms of that, there was like 450 or 500 exclusionaries that got this free lifetime health benefits, providing you're 55. There's some caveats and criteria, but everybody was up in arms of that. Well, what you don't realize, and I asked that question, do these unions also have it? And Director Dorado said, yes, they have it also. So, dear viewers, you got to understand this. You may be mad that there's 450 exclusionaries getting these free lifetime health benefits. At the same time, there's actually thousands of people getting it. It's basically the whole county. So it's not just the 450. It's approximately at least 2,500 people. I mean, do we know this for a fact? Well, right there, these three unions have it in their contract from past, not present, but from past when they were negotiating back then. And back then there's like 22, 23 unions. So we're looking at a larger group with these free lifetime health benefits given to them either by collective bargaining or just handing it over like the exclusionaries got. So if you're mad now, you really should be incensed. But I'm bummed. Number 460 near the top, number 461 near the top, number 462 near the top. These are entering collective bargaining agreements between the county and various collective bargaining units. And I heard Director Dorado mention about percentages. Just a couple of questions. In one of them, he mentioned there's percentages of 0 in 2010, but then he mentioned 11 and 12. And I'm just wondering, how do you catch up in owing those people the extra raises? Was that given to them automatically as the years went by, or is this going to be some sort of check given to them? Number 462 was the bargaining unit, 250 prosecutors, detectives. I'm just wondering, he didn't give the percentage increase for those 2 years. I'd like to hear what those are. And for those three unions, and this is the last question, for those three unions, I'm just wondering if these unions actually, or collective bargaining units, have lifetime health benefits structure very similar to the exclusionaries health benefits structure that was given a couple of years ago. In other words, lifetime health benefits with some caveats that are involved. I'd like to know all this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman. What number would you like me to address first?
460, 461, 462.
Sure. I believe the question was earlier when I commented about the percent raises. The county's pattern right now for 13 and 14 is 2% inclusive of increments. For 462, which was asked, there is no across the board raises because the increments eat up to 2%. So it would be a 0 and a 0. I believe another question was, do these three bargaining units have retirement health benefits? And the answer to that question is yes. The PBAs negotiated that contract in 2005, and the nurses negotiated that contract in 2009. Madam Chair, I did not answer one of the questions. I believe the question was asked about retro calculations. It is normal in settlement of contracts that you will settle a contract in the future, and you'll have to go back and pay retros. Department of Administrative Services works with the Department of Finance to project what we foresee will be calculated, and we budget in the actual year for what we think that raise would be. For the law enforcement, they have interest arbitration, so we had a pattern established early in 2010 with the county police, rank and file, and with the county police superiors and the correction officers, which was a 0, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, which was our offer and our pattern for every group. Those who did not want that took us to interest arbitration, and because we established the set pattern, that's what was awarded. And the contract here for the PBA 250A for 10, 11, and 12 was a 0, 2 1/4, 2 1/2 effective July 1st. That's what was budgeted. That retro will be paid out probably by the end of the next quarter, which would be July 1st.